What's going on, everybody? Back with another episode of this fishing show. Today I'm in beautiful Knox County, Ohio, and I'm actually headed to a river that's a little bit near and dear to my heart. I'm headed to the Kokosing River today, and I'm going to explore a new spot. There's this spot at the Kokosing River that's kind of this large bridge. It's just above of a spot that you can take out canoes and kayaks and stuff like that, and it's one of the deeper sections of the river that still has these large boulder slabs and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and try to work in there. Maybe just some channel catfish and some smallmouth bass here today, but we're going to see what we can do and hope for a cool new species, maybe an interesting type of red horse sucker or something like that. So let's roll on fishing in Knox County. Also driving a vehicle today that could bring back some memories. I'm driving this old Honda Fit. She's got about 185,000 miles on the dash, and making some noises, going around some turns, but you know what? It's a good car, still a good car. So I'm gonna roll on. All right, the goal for today is to find a way down there. The way's down there, but I'm ready to go. Looks like I can catch a little bit of a trail down there, so that's where I'm gonna head. So I did end up finding a trail, and that was not too far at all to end up making it back to this beautiful muddy water. We made it. That wasn't too bad. I made it. Look how beautiful this is. Got some little white cap waves back there, and there's a big bend in the river right here. As we go under that bridge, that's where I just drove past, and that looks hella deep over there. So I think I'm gonna get started over there. Looks like the thalweg. Lots of big fish could be hiding down there. I'm gonna see if there's a trail over there. I made it up here under this bridge, and this looks like about as good of a spot as I can get to go ahead and get set up. I got this nice kind of steep sandy beach to get set up on. The only thing is I don't have any larger rocks or sticks to anchor poles on, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and find something, build a little structure that I can put my poles up on, and then I'm gonna go ahead and cast out. That's gotta be deep. That could be 15 feet deep. Let's do it. So today I'm using one of my favorite baits. I believe this is just called like a Carolina rig or something, but we got a big J hook and then a weight, and then I'm just gonna feed on here a bundle of night crawlers. And I always find that this is one of the best ways to start fishing any new spot, because almost anything that's in the river, whether you got a hellbender, salamander, snapping turtle, catfish, red horse sucker, almost anything that's in the river is gonna want a piece of a night crawler, so you can kind of quickly find out if there's anything out there, if you're wasting your time or not. So got this rigged up. I'm gonna go ahead and toss it out there. And that right there is hopefully sitting right in the eddy current from that big bridge piling. So there's probably a deep hole there, and hopefully we get some bites. Holy smokes, I got a fish on here. I just pulled my pole in the water. Gotta try to set up the camera real quick. I moved to the other side of the bridge. All right, let's get this fish in. He's running up there. What is this? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Come out of there, buddy. Don't get wrapped. I think it's a catfish. Dang. But he's gonna get tangled in my other line. Oh, I think it's a carp. Oh no. Is this? Oh my gosh. think it might be a carp. Oh. It's fighting. Look at that. That's gonna be my personal best common carp. That's a big carp. Nice. Just landed this nice common carp. This is gonna be my personal best common carp that I've caught in Ohio or ever. It's only the second carp I've ever caught. This guy was fighting. Carp is right at 22 inches. It's at 23 there. I got it pulled out an inch. This is why I like to use this technique, because I don't use a steel leader or anything, but you can see he's already unhooked himself. So this is my new personal record common carp. Thing is nice. Probably about 7 pounds, 22 inches. My new personal best common carp. Let's let him go. You ready to go, buddy? There he goes. So as you can see, I was finally able to make something happen out here. I did move to this side of the same bridge that I was under. I was over there and on that point bar, and it was kind of a bummer because it's a good spot, but this current kept pulling the lines all the way down there, so I couldn't get anything to stay in the deeper water. So I decided that I had to move over here, because this is obviously where the deeper pool is around this bend. And I was able to throw baits right there and have them stay in place because the current was taking it that way and not pushing them and swinging the lines over to the side there. But that was my personal best common carp that I've ever caught. So that was exciting. And I was trying to figure it out because there was really no fish biting down here. There's really hardly any bites. I got a few nibbles and stuff, but I couldn't figure out why I wasn't able to catch even some small sunfish and stuff like that. And I'm just thinking that this hole out here is probably mostly used by carp and maybe a couple big catfish, and a lot of the bait fish have already been eaten or something like that. But it's really kind of an interesting situation here because I fished for a couple hours with really hardly any action. It was pretty frustrating, and all up until that one moment. But I figured I'd see if I catch something before I explain what I'm doing. But I am on the other side of the river, like I said, and I posted up poles right here on this log. I always like to build something like this. But yeah, man, that guy really saved the day. He fought hard, and that was a fun fight. Probably took me about 2 minutes to get him in, crossing across my other line and everything. But the Kokosing is a beautiful river. You can see that right there is a giant rock. It's a giant boulder that's just kind of sitting on the edge. And yeah, it's been a good day. So let's roll on. Let's keep it moving. Take care. So I'm on my way up out of the Kokosing. That's the way out of here. I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but that's actually another first. That was the first time a fish pulled my pole into the water, and I had to run out there to get it. So I'm all wet. I made it just in time. The pole was about 3 feet out there in the water, just able to grab it, and thankful that it didn't break off there too, because I didn't have the rod tip up for there to be any bent tension on the rod. So good thing he didn't break me off. But we're rolling out of here. Let's have a great day. Cheers. I don't know who was out here before me, but I always encourage people to keep your fishing spot a little bit cleaner than when you got there. I'm gonna say goodbye to the Kokosing River. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Back from a successful fishing trip. Not quite back yet. Actually, we're heading through Apple Valley. Man, that was crazy. Just thinking about catching fish, you can go from 0 to hero in an instant, out there having a frustrating day and then finally pulling in a nice one. Some people don't like to catch carp. I like to catch everything that's different. Can't consistently catch carp on night crawlers, so that's another conversation, but that was pretty cool. On our way back through Apple Valley, I think we're gonna drive right past it now. This might be a spot for a future fishing video, but there's this mega spillway right here, and it drains Apple Valley Lake. I'm not sure if we can see it. There's like you can hear it. There's like a cascading waterfall back there. Everything is so thick, but it's kind of a small creek that cascades over a waterfall that drains this giant lake. And then right there, there is a huge, very, very deep hole. So I don't know what's really living in there. But the other thing about that spot specifically is that the fish that would be living in there would have to travel quite a ways up through a very small creek to make it to that spot. So that could be potentially holding some big flatheads or big carp or whatever's in there, but the likelihood of certain species wanting to navigate all the way up a very small creek and then land there, we'll see. Maybe I'll go fish there for another video, but we're almost back home, and yeah, just thought I'd narrate this drive a little bit, kind of back in a special spot. So see you guys in the next video. Take care.